No， 村庄被灭了。
What happened here?
哇
Imperials.
死呀你哋！
Remember our orders? No survivors!
No survivor!
order such a thing?
How dare you! 他们得罪你们是什么？
You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy. That's it.
变身啊！什么帅呀呐！
That's it. Keep your distance, boy. Sick of Torgal. It's over.
哦 ，baseball！ 哎呀，还没有死。
Over here. Sick of Torgal.
啊，死了 ！No， 村庄 ！No， 那个师傅的老婆。
Thought you could escape,
Get him.
did you, Branded? You were born
Get him,
as a
boy.
slave, and you'll die for it.
哟，魔法师对付魔法师间，哇，这魔法师生命好长啊！
Typical dogs. Okay, we're innocent people.
哇，这个上校的命真长，哇，魔法师做上校啊！
Over here. Get him, boy. Don't let them get away. Over here. Get him.
走人了，好多人又抽魔法，你用魔法打断你的魔法。 明明可以出魔法的也是那些能力者，为什么你们就对付自己人？
Get him. Sick of Torgal. There, boy. You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Stay down.
Stay down, stay there. 我什么 power？ No， 师母，哇，师母还遭遇到 Resident 的
The
打。
bearers and those who sheltered them. By
Annabelle?
Empress Annabella's command.
我的妈妈，灭死哦！
My mother ordered this.
不行，哈哈，我知道了。哇，再行，再行，
Wait. Get him, boy.
谢谢。
Don't let them get away. You know what to do.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep。
You know what to do.
因为你是好客啊。
You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy.
前进。
Give them all you've got, boy.
来变身了，这命比北长安这个人的命。
You know what to do, boy.
哇，变身了！哇，我的变身都用完了，都还没有死啊！变身都用完了，都还没有死。No， 师母。
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
师母，
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late. Gav. Clive.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers.
啊？可是又那
The
么
way
疼
father
弟
embraced
弟
them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest.
你谁啊你？
Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Oh no！ 那个仆街，那个大只佬请来的。是，我加入你了。
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
哎，我们在一起啊，其实在一
That
起
was
了。
the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
哇，这非常旧的 Final Fantasy 的歌啊！
We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital. and pay a visit to Mother.
哇，这就是那个母水晶啊，好大个母水晶。白龙城，哇，好帅啊，他的名字。
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we'll be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
陛下，这老北这么骚啊！这是巴哈姆的爸爸。
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sandbreck is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
哇，为国为民啊，这皇帝想不到啊！
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
那么我的妈妈其实是嫁给谁？嫁给这个吗？还是嫁给奥丁？没有啊，奥丁是和那个贝内迪睡觉那个啊。所以我妈妈的国家咯，这里 Holy Shit Empire。
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Arthur. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
那么那个巴哈姆该不会是我的另一个弟弟？哦，13年应该来不及啦，13岁而已。
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying?
Oh?
Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
Holy shit and fire 咯
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
God， 了解，这游戏有神啊！该不会我们看到了壁画那个神？
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do.
打龙吗？现在我们要去
We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
There's...
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send a Stolas in the morning, let her know you're coming. We go way back, and she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but... who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute.
美艳出众的娼家，哎
This is quite a
呀
woman, if you
，18
know what I
禁
mean.
要出来了，18禁。
A woman. Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
啊，我敌。协助者联络窗口哦，可使用在系的藏身处，可以常问未惩戒的委托。哎，支线任务吗？这是什么
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
长发飘飘。
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you?
Yes, I
Go
am.
at your service. Well, at the hideaway service, anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the curse breakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word. Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all.
来看一下有什么。哎呦，未承接，哇，2个支线任务啊，这是什么国家？哎，神圣不了领地那边哦。哎，这个是王国罗萨利亚。哎，罗萨利亚，哎，这里还有一个，这里还有一个的哦。来，先做支线。所有支线都搞定了啦！原来另外一个神圣的是我们之前去过的有那个教堂的那边啊。来，主线 ，Yep， 我们出发啦。
Someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
哎？
哎？有什么好笑？唔明啊！
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the 3 of us, then?
Drake said is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days.
Okay, see you there. 为什么不和我一起咧？为什么要分开哦？你冇死啊你！我感觉 Gap 会偷偷跟我们去，嘿嘿 ，Gap。美艳的长技是怎么样的嘞
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt we could afford even that much of my time.
哎呦，哎，还不错哦。
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
Let's try, baby.
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless... Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
陪玩？哦，可不可以到最后要帮他找儿子啊？自作多情啊！没有人说要你陪一晚啊。
However do they get my...
Are you gonna buy something or not?
买衫？哎，还有商店的哦，原来啊。
And what can I do for you?
啊切，140我的剑都180了咯。哎呀，陨石，我这里有13个，不需要买。这些乐谱这么贵的咩？5万呢，买来干嘛呢？英雄要，哎，不需要了，不需要。来，自信，继续，来继续讲回，陪我过去了过后会怎么样呢
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
那英语真的是和华语就差好远了。
Oi, hold up.
怎么啦？妒忌我这帅哥
Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
哼，你不知道我们这些能力者是可以石化的咩？我那边已经石化了啊，好硬啊！嘿嘿嘿
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame,
雞豆
you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
他讲 You look stunning， 你好漂亮啊！你那边讲你回来了。
That won't be necessary.
那个字幕，咦
Clive, my darling, welcome to the Vale.
这街道好大，好有钱啊！你们
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Use passport.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
哇，没想到西方国家和我们中国以前也是一样啊，要那些过境的信啊，证明是谁。啊，太累了。你知道那个朋友在哪里吗？
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared?
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you.
祠堂前，这么大的还要
Let's see what
找
that
到
chambermaid can tell us then.
祠堂？这个树是祠堂？哈哈，哎，没有啊，没有祠堂啊，这你是谁啊你？
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
他讲战斗的时候弄伤了眼睛，哎，还有支线任务的，在床上战斗也算是战斗吗？哎呀，可能是给女生的啊啪，眼睛盲有一粒。
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
哎呀 ，fuck off!
He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
让你们一世都冇得叫雞。
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you.
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one.
看来是情人
Oh, though it was an antique, it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb.
这样都好骄傲，有冇搞錯？
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the Dane. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
等一下我就忘记掉你是谁了。哎呦，竟然是小情人！我还以为那个士兵绑架了那个女的，没想到竟然是买那个梳子给她哦。Love story， 感觉他们是要逃走啊，离家出走。哎呀，不是吗？死掉了啊！我谁呀嘞
We can't let them get any closer to the village.
什么手？有人死啊！谁死？兵死还是女生死？女生死。
A man.
两个人都死啊！我还以为他们两个逃婚了。
Been busy, but the blood is long dry.
可怜的两个真爱的人。
So it is you, Tatienne.
狗眼看人低。
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. You said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
还有这样的反转
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting.
还真的是想要绑架。
Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
你是因为有丑闻才跟我带向黑黑啊！
I need to tell
之
Isabel.
前还骂我 fuck off。
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then? I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
好无语啊，好可怜啊，雞都係人
Thank
嚟
you for
㗎。
returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
哇，哦呦，200，哎，200，不過我還差一點就可以學到招了。
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Veil counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Otto mentioned the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Come on, kiss kiss 撒撒。
Any trouble on the way?
老婆仔，終於見到你了。
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
哦 ，back door，哎呦，那座山啊，哇，越看越大。哇，水晶还可以弄成灯啊，又可以弄水、弄灯、弄火，哇，乜都得啊！哇，这城市那么现代啊，好像英国啊。怎么啦？看个靚女都不行嗎？
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
那个声音
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
这让我突然想起呀，好像第13代哦，那个水晶会不会是神用能力过头石化了变成水晶，所以人类可以用他的身体来做魔法？而现在这水晶啊一直收集这些力量啊，就是为了要复
How do we
活。
proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut. And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the outlaw. Aye, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.